We now welcome in Tom and Andy Aspinall. It's great to see you guys. I'll ask you first, what went into the decision, you guys, to come back to the scene of the crime, Tom? Like you said this, were you nervous at all about your son coming back to a place with maybe so much emotion?
No. This is what he does, and I think he'll do it.
Yeah.
Not nervous at all.
Something in there I don't believe. He said he was a small boy at one point. But
yeah, until he was 16, he was about the same height as me.
Yeah.
And then he grew, and then we had to get him seen by people who said it was just growing pains because he had a real bad back for a couple of years, and now he's 6'5". I'm 5'8".
Tom, for you, what's been the biggest challenge over the past year coming back from the knee injury?
Not having a goal at first. When I couldn't walk and stuff before, basically just when I couldn't walk, it's really tough to do anything. I'm an athletic guy, I'm a busy guy, and when you're training twice a day and that goes to nothing, with no goal at the end of it, that was kind of tough for me. But as soon as I could get the rehab process going and everything, I was back good mentally.
All right, now this one is for Pops. Because I, too, have a young son who's bigger than me, right? So, father to father, at what point did you realize you could no longer whoop him?
I think I said to somebody today, from being 12 to 20, I've probably sparred more rounds of boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling than anybody he'll ever spar with. About 20, 10 years ago.
10 years ago, that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
So, Tom, I'm curious about your mindset in this one, right? Because I literally said earlier, undefeated in the UFC. You're not, unfortunately, because the last time we were here, you only got to spend 15 seconds in the octagon. Do you feel like that's a loss on your record, or does it just feel different to you since it was an injury? You didn't lose the fight.
No, I feel like it's a loss.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say it's a loss because a loss is when one person can't continue, and I had no chance of continuing after that. So, yeah, I feel like it's a loss, and I feel like I got to redeem myself, and that's what I'm going to do tomorrow evening.
Andy, it's been really cool to see you guys throughout fight week, and it's just obvious to anybody that is around you, the bond that you two have, and we saw it in that piece. What have you been most proud of for Tom over the past year and his journey back to this fight?
That he's just a real good father and a good friend. To me, as a son, I wanted him to do what he wanted to do. And he's living his dream, and I'm happy for him to do that. I want a backseat. I'm helping as much as I can as a dad. I finished a job when Tom was 12, quite a nice IT career, because I thought I wanted to spend a lot of time with both my kids. And that's what I've done, but it just turned that he turned his hand to MMA, and I was just there to help, really. If it had been soccer, great, more money, anything else, but this was the sport that he picked. It wasn't my choice.
But if you help Tyson Fury out,
yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah. Is that a real possibility?
What, that I'm going to help him out, or that I'm going to make some money? Because both sound pretty good, especially the money.
So, Tom, from the injury, you had an opportunity to sit out and watch this heavyweight division kind of get juggled around a bit. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts now on the heavyweight division and the current champ?
I think Sergey Pavlovich is a dangerous man, first of all. I think the champ is very good, but we already knew that coming in. And I want to see a little bit more of John Jones at heavyweight. Like, we only got to see 2 or 3 minutes, whatever it was, and I want to see what he looks like in the second, third, fourth round. That would be very interesting for me to see, and hopefully we're going to see that. We're going to get a treat coming up with Stipe and Jones, and I'm very excited for it.
So Marcin has won 7 of his last 8 fights, last 2 in a row. What do you think the most dangerous elements of his game are? What do you have to look out for?
I think he's very unorthodox. He's very sneaky with his attacks, and I think he does something really well, which is not something that not a lot of heavyweights do, and that is he doesn't quit when it gets tough. When he's tired, when he gets hurt, he doesn't quit. He doesn't look for a way out. The guy keeps pushing, and he takes over the fight late on, and I got to be sharp for the full 25 minutes. I can't switch off for 1 second with this guy.
I was here the other March when you beat Volkov, and I've never experienced anything like the crowd after that, the chanting. People were on cars outside of the O2 Arena. When you think about that moment, I guess I'll ask you, Andy, have you given Tom any advice in terms of, do you allow that moment to spur you into another moment like that, or do you have to separate that and not try to chase creating those moments again?
Tom or me?
For you.
It's just a daily thing for me.
Yeah.
I just take each day. I'm not up or down, or I'm always kind of level playing and not trying to impact that on Tom. But for me personally, I'm just level.
Now, Tom, when you came out the gate, everybody was high on you. You got injured. Now it's your time back.
Yep.
People are high to see you return. Does that add any extra pressure on you?
Not really. I just think of it for what it is. I take it for what it is. It's a sport. Tomorrow I got to go in there and enjoy myself. I got to do my thing. All that outside stuff, that's just noise to me. I'm just going to go in there and enjoy myself tomorrow and put on a big performance. That's the plan. All that other stuff's irrelevant. What people expect of me, what I expect of myself and all that kind of stuff. I don't think about that kind of stuff. I just do my thing.
Nice. Well, we can't wait to hear the opening bars of your walkout music. It's so good. And we thank you so much for joining us here today, Tom and Andy. Best of luck to you guys on Saturday.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.